Now we will learn about most two important topic of SQL or of database, which is group by clause and join clause. So group by clause is very important because in our, like, for data analysis, if we talk about data analysis, this very important part, because it frequently uses this clause to perform data pre-processing and even data cleaning. Okay, so group by clause is associated with aggregate function. What is aggregate function? Meaning average, sum, okay, and like you distinct, count, etc. These are the aggregate function. So actually group by clause is used to group identical data. Okay, so it uses in the select statement, and it precedes the order by and having clause. Okay, so we'll understand them more clearly in our workbench file, and then now talk about join clause. The join clause is used to combine data from more two or more tables. Okay, so if we let's say in this database uh, we we can use join, right? How we can use this employees table, and if we want to get all the information, all the data of this department table um, uh, in this employees table. Okay, we want to get data from department table to employees table, then we can use join. How? Using this department id. So this will simply using this employees table, we can get, like, for which employee id, work in which department, which employee work in which department, so we can build a connection right here. So we can do this by using join. Similarly, we can build connection between employees and project, then we can know how which employee working in which project, and the project name, and the project start date, end date. So this is very very important topic in MySQL or in database, the join thing. So I have created, actually in this tutorial we will do a short project. We will build our database have already created in the previous part, right? Now in this part we will actually solve some problem. We will in short, we will now in this part we will perform data analysis in this database. Okay, so we'll see in live, like in real world, how the group by and join this clause are uses to give you a better understanding. So without delaying, let's proceed further. So here we need to so here we will implement 6 queries here. So these are part of data analysis. The task we will be performing in this section, in this section, that are part of data analysis. So we'll actually perform data analysis using MySQL. We'll use this database, the previous database, and we will implement some queries that are related to real world, and where we will use our group by and join clause. Okay, let's start with our first query, where it says list all employees in engineering department. So the to find the department engineering or marketing, that we need this department name, right, from departments table. So here we need to join. We can simply determine this, that to get employees and engineering department, so we need to join employees and departments table to get the department name, and to get the employees, all the employees who worked in like engineering department. So I'll write the query like this: select all from employees. Okay, and I will use allies. That means uh, alias is a representative. Okay, that means here I used e as alias. That means it will represent employees. That means I use only a small only a letter instead of a word. Okay, so this is called aliasing or referencing. Okay, so select all from employees e. Now I will join so here I will join departments table. So departments as d as d on I will join them using one keyword, which is department id. Okay, so on d dot department id and e dot department id. So department id is common between two tables, right? So department id. Okay, so I need to use a filter because I need to find only the engineering department. Okay, so here I will use where command, where the departments d dot departments id department id equal engineering. Okay, so now if we run this query, we will get our output. Here the department the engineering department is showing the value of engineering department. Okay, select all from employees, join departments d, and on d dot departments department id and e dot department id, and then d dot department id equal, sorry, this is showing nothing because here we made a mistake. We'll simply give name instead of id. Okay, now if we run this query, we'll get our desired output, which is this. So all these employees are working in engineering department, right? There are 4 employees. Okay, so now let's go move to our next query, which is count the number of project in each department. Okay, so count the number of project in each department. So to implement this query, we need departments table and projects table. Okay, so we need to simply count the project in each department. So select, we'll use select the department name, and I want to count the rows. Okay, and I want to fetch this data from departments table, and here I want to join the projects table. So I'll use join. Actually I want to tell you one more thing. There are 4 types of join: left join, inner join, right join, and outer join. So left join is most common because most of the time we use left join to perform our task, right? So that's why, and join, left join, these two are identical. Okay, so here if I write left join instead of join, so it will give me the same output. So that's why I'm writing only join, but the most common join function we use, this is left join. Okay, so left join from departments, left join projects as p. Okay, departments, these are aliasing on d dot department id p dot department id. Okay, and then where I want to group by this. So this is the place where group by comes, right? So here to find each the number of project in each department, so here to find the number of project in each department, we need to use group by, because group by we know that group by groups all the identical element, right? So here I will use group by department name. Okay, be careful guys when writing queries. Your column name should be accurate, otherwise it will be a mess. Okay, so it's showing us all 0. Okay, so guys, here we made a silly mistake. Here we put and here instead of comma, so we need to put comma, right? And now if we run the code, we'll get our desired output. So here we see this as column name is count all, so we can change this column name like aliasing, as I told you. We can give that name like as count of project, right? Count of project. Okay, so now we successfully renaming this as count of project. Okay, so let's go to number 3. Find total budget for all project in marketing department. Okay, so for this we need projects and departments, right? Projects and department, these two. So for this we need projects and marketing, these two department. So here there are budget in projects table, right? Now we simply select here we need to group by. Why? Again, because here we'll use projects, right? This is our main table, and in this projects table department ID can be multiple, so we need only each department or identical department output. So we need to group the identical values. So select sum, and to use group by, we discussed that to use group by we need aggregate function. Sum is an aggregate function, so sum budget okay, find all the budget for. Okay, so select from projects P. Since we want to join here, then we need aliasing from projects P, and join departments as D on D dot department ID some equal P dot department ID, and where department name department name D dot department name equal marketing. So we need data of marketing department, right? Let's close this query by using semicolon. So now we find that 50,000 the budget of marketing department of all projects is 50,000 unit, right? Okay, so to list all employees hired in the last 12 months, so we need like employees table. Okay, for this, right, we need hire date, right? We need hire date, this information which is in employees table. So let's select the hire date, or sorry, we need to select we need to fetch the employees, right? So let's select employee name or the employee ID. Okay, so select employee ID, employee ID. Okay, and then we want the first name and their last name. Okay, from employees table. Okay, so from employees table, and we want to filter out the employees that hired in the last 12 months. Okay, so here we'll use a filter where we'll use hire date to filtering, to use filtering, like hire date is greater than equal, that means hire date will be in the last 12 month. Hire date is greater than equal current date minus interval, we need interval by last 12 month, interval 12 month. Okay, so let's run this query. Okay, so here we successfully fetched the employees who got hired in the last 12 months. So this filtration is very important, right? So here this query is simple, but we need to know this how to filter like the last 12 months. So here see what did we do. We simply filter apply filter on hire date column. Okay, where we filter like that, where hire date is greater than or equal our current date minus subtract from interval 12 month. So that means from now the previous 12 in between previous 12 year 12 month, the all the hire date, okay, so it will show data of like the previous 12 month hire date data, right? Okay, so let's go to number 5, find the total number of employees in each department. So we need two tables here. Select total number of employees, so select count. We need to count, use count here, count all, let's say all, and we need to use department name. Okay, department name, and count as total number of employees, and from let's say from employees as E. Okay, and then join using left join departments as D on D dot department ID and E dot department ID okay, D dot department ID and E dot department ID, where sorry, here we need to apply group by, because it's prompting for each department total number of employees, right? So to get the total number of employees, since we need to use count here, so there must be group by. So we can also remind this like in such a way, where there is aggregate function there is group by. So this is a good way to remember it, like there where there is aggregate function there is group by clause, right? And if we need group by clause, then we need aggregate function. Okay, so here we will use group by department name, right? Okay, so let's run this query. Here we get all the information, like in engineering department there are total 4 numbers employee, right? Okay, so let's jump into our last query, calculate the average project duration. Okay, so in our last query it wants to calculate the average project duration. So to get the project duration we need only project table, because we need only end date and project start date. So we need the difference of these two date to get the project duration, and we can use average function to average, get the average project duration. So I simply use select date diff. This function is like it's already recommending us date diff. Okay, date difference between end date and start date as and we need to use here average. Okay, average as average project duration from projects, right? Okay, so let's run this query. Here we get our final output. Okay, so one thing to note here, which is this date diff, this function actually take this, right, as normal datetime format, but it returns as the value in day format. So by 195.80 we, by this value we get actually the days, total number of days. That means 195 days. The average project duration is 195 days. Okay, so the value in is returning is in date format, so we need to keep that in mind. Okay, so we successfully completed our 6 queries. So I think we are cleared, right guys? How to use join and group by and the need of them. They are very important in data analysis because I think in almost every cases we use this join and group by function. So these are very important. We need to have a clear idea, clear concept. We need to clear the concept of these two clause of, right, database.